In my last video, I spoke about leadpreneurship, which is a new concept that I've put together. It combines the concept of leadership, self-development, and entrepreneurship put together. I'm actually writing a couple of books, probably even more books in the future. The 2 books that I'm writing will be soon published, and I'm just waiting for the hard copy to start really talking about them more frequently. Now, today I will be talking specifically about leadership. And I want to break it into 2 words. You know, leadership has 2 words in it, lead and ship. And in the middle of it, there's ER. I'll talk about lead and ship, and ER perhaps it'll be next time. Now, lead. What is a lead? This bottle of water has a lead, and it means everything into this bottle is somehow limited to the lead, and it cannot go beyond the lead. This is what John Maxwell calls the law of the lead in 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, if you are familiar with that. It means that if we want to grow, we need to get that lead to go higher in order for us to be able to achieve that growth beyond whatever level that we are on. But for me, I take that lead as an acronym that says, let everything align with destination. It is very important because leadership involves two critical things: motion and destination. If you don't move, you don't need leadership. Trees and plants don't need leadership because they don't move. But humans and animals do need leadership because they do move. And if you move and you have a destination, then you need leadership, because moving in itself is not enough to get you to destination. You can move to a whole lot of things and miss your destination. So in the middle of the movement or the motion, or the locomotion and the destination, there is consciousness. It is consciousness that enables you to focus on where you want to go. And I'm not talking about the mini destinations of life where I want to go to work, I want to go to the shopping center or to the basketball court or whatever you're going. I'm talking about life destination. So your vision of life, your goals in life, how many of those goals you have and how are you faring in achieving them, and so that even a few minutes before you die and leave this world, you could reflect on it and say, hey, I think I have arrived at my destination. This was my vision of life all along. These were the objectives that I was seeking to achieve, and I've achieved them. And that's a very, very important feeling before you die. So think of your end today so that you can actually do what you need to do to achieve the end, because all of us are here on earth only for a short period of time. So let everything align with your destination. What is your life destination? And that brings us back to the whole notion of self-leadership. Don't worry about other people's dreams. Worry about yours. And what's going to help you to achieve your dreams is the capacity within you to lead yourself to that destination, to that dream. So self-leadership is very critical. And I think we need to talk more about it when talking about leadership, rather than what is happening, what has been happening for quite some time, which is leadership focusing only on the people aspect of the leadership, the collective aspect, rather than the self-leadership. You cannot be a good leader unless you are a good leader of your very self. So that's very important. And then let me go to the second word, which is ship. And again, it's an acronym. I will start with the letter S. Actually, before I do that, what is a ship? A ship is a vessel. A vessel usually of a, very huge size. Is a complex, vehicle that navigates through the water, and has a propulsion system, has a captain to help it to maintain some sort of destination, and obviously it might need a compass because it might be in a situation in high seas, can't really tell where is north, south, east or west. So these things connect with our lives as individuals. We're navigating for life. We need propulsion. We need guidance as to what direction we need to continue to go, because we have a destination to reach. And without guidance in that, we may go places and totally miss the destination that we have. So the first letter S stands for structure. It also stands for self. You have a structure as a body. You have a body as an individual. You have a mind, a spirit, a soul. These are things that are part of your identity. So you need to cater for your very self in all of its structures, because identity is something that is complex and is always changing. It's not something that is, fixed. And that's very important. Take care of all of the parts of your very self, because your structure is a complex, multidimensional self. And that's very important in leadership, to know that you have a spirit, you have a mind, you have a body. You need to take care of these things that will help you to get to the destination, because the destination cannot be reached if the structure doesn't move, if you don't move as part of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Secondly, is the word H, which stands for humanity. Well, this is very important, because all of the things that we put in our mind need to be invested in us expressing our humanity. We are human beings. We're not animals. We're not plants. And there's a difference. We need to focus on what make us human, in a sense of, what we do, the passion we have, and how we impact other people's lives. Leaders who don't focus on humanity and simply focus on technical or managerial or objective and forget about the people that they are connected with, usually will not be good leaders. But those who take care of the people and express their humanity in them, and also help others to connect with their humanity and express it within a collective setting, usually tend to be very good leaders. And then the next word is the word I, which stands for integrity. In order for you to be successful in leadership, integrity is critical, because it means, you are whole. You don't have too many holes. If you have too many holes, like if this bottle has too many holes, the water will start flowing out, and before you know it, it's useless. So stand on righteousness, on justice. You'll become a good leader, even when it hurts you, even when people might not necessarily agree with what you do, but as long as it's the right thing, your integrity matters. The values that govern yourself and the society or the organization or the business that you have created or you are part of, stand in integrity, and it will always be the right thing to do. And then the last word is the word P. The letter P, which stands for performance. Ultimately, it's about work. Leadership has a lot of work. You need to perform. You need to do things, and make sure you do them right. Make sure you do them in the right way, and achieve the result without compromising on anything that is important. So these are very important elements of leadership that I address in some of the books. And one of the books that I've written, which is Leadership in Motion. And I'll talk more about this next time. I hope this has added something to your mind, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.